Well, what's up, everybody? Glad to be back this week. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with open file. That kind of came up last week. Oh, hey there, Jan. How are you doing? Glad to see everybody. Glad everybody's back today. All right, so the reason why this shopping list exercise is a good one is it takes into account a lot of different aspects. So let's just go ahead and get into it because we got our file object, we got a plan, we got a air handle. We have to learn a little bit more about files and a couple other things. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if you've heard my voice. Had a with all this mask wearing, I've realized that I'm having to yell a lot more, so I'm going to try to hang in there as long as we can. We'll get at least through the shopping list, I promise you that, and we'll see how I'm doing after that. But I tried to rest my voice yesterday, and I did not do a lot of recovering. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. So we got a ton of people here right now, so let's just get after it. So file and file object and open and things like that. So let's learn about open first. So if you guys are new here, I am Sam from Python Basics and am being afforded the wonderful opportunity to live stream with you guys on Tuesdays. So this is, I told myself I would look and make sure. I think this is the 7th stream. It may be the 8th. Actually, you know what? I'll click over to the playlist. And Bo has done an awesome job. Bo and Quincy, and I appreciate the opportunity to get to be here. Here, let's go ahead and look. Today is the 7th. Today is the 7th live stream. So we did 4, took a week off, and then are back. So yes, this is our 4th one, and they have all of them in their own playlist. So, and just a little bit of a history if you are just joining us. These are a conglomerate of all of the, I don't think I've left the first 100 videos that I have on my channel. So if there's ever something that you saw here and you don't want to, and you may have a hard time going to find it, you can go back and search it. It's my channel's down in the description below. But all right, open. All right, so this is how you handle a file. So we're going to go through this because this can get blurry really, really quickly. So I think we've talked about what these are. These are, so here, I'll show you. If it has an equal sign in the function, it's an optional argument. Also, default argument. So it's already assigned to a certain parameter. Mode, R is for read. So by default, it is going to read the file. And you'll just see, and we'll just jump into it. So let's, shoot, I think I already created that. So we will do, I think I have that in here too. So we're going to make this F so it does not mess with our head about this argument right here, file. So we're going to do open. Then I know this isn't here. Test _1, then txt. Now, here, let's just leave this. So we're going to run this. We're going to go through everything. All right. So it fails right now because it defaults to R, and R is going to read the file. So if the file doesn't exist, it can't read it. So that's why if we want to create a file and write to it or create a brand new file, we need to make sure we do W for write to open. And we're going to start dealing with this. So now we bring this in, we have no error. So now let's look at what we can do with file. Here we go. This is a lot of methods and attributes. So let's pull up help on file. This is centered, right? Okay, you guys can see this. Now, here's a file input output, text input output wrapper, file object. And here are all of the methods that we have. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Now, we've touched on this before, where you can have a mix of methods and arguments mixed in. So always go down here, and the ones that jump out, these are the attributes. So we're gonna look at this. So this is all we've done so far, and we're gonna deal with this. So right now the file is open, and I can confirm this by file closed. And I don't have to pass it parentheses because it's not a method, because it is sitting right here, closed. So is the file closed? No, false. So right now I'm going to go file close. Now I call file closed. Is it closed? Yes, it's true. So this is one of the things that is very important when you're managing files. Once you open them, do whatever you want to with them, then make sure you close them. Same thing with databases, but we'll deal with that at a later time. All right. That might be a very good idea with the honey and lemon. Yes. Thank you. That is a very good point. So all right. Now I'm writing here. So we're going to open this up. So before, I still have my file object, and dir on file helps if you get your parentheses going the right way. We have write. So help file write. Okay. Write string to stream. Stream. What is the stream? It's basically the stream of information that is either going in or coming out from your object. So if I were to, let's leave this back. Let's get rid of this. Open this back up. And then I go file.write. And I just pass in the text. And write string. Hello. Oh, well, here's something interesting. What is this? Well, this is the length of the stream that I just put in. And we're going to jump into this, and we're going to see where all this goes. So now we need to close this. So we got file, close. And what was the name of our file? And let's see, where did I put this? This is right here. So I have hello right here in my text file. Well, that's kind of cool. So now let's do this. And I want to show you, because there's a problem. Actually, why don't we look at reading it? So we comment this out. We got file dot open dot. I guess I could have just, nope, you know what? We're not doing it anymore. Except under extreme situations will we copy. So now I don't have to do anything because it defaults to read, right? Okay. So now I have my file object, and what can I read? Can I read my F? Can I read? Let's see if I can do my alphabet. Read fast. Read. Okay. F dot read. Hello. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Let's get this closed. F dot close. All right. F dot write. Hi, how are you? Now, this is going to cause a problem, and let's see if anybody has seen or experienced this. F dot close. All right. So we're opening it, we're writing to it. Then let's F dot open. I already have a problem. Not right. Test _1 text. Then print f dot read. Then f dot close. All right, so let's see. We open it, we write to it, we close it, we open it, we read it, we close it. All right. Wait a second. So we got a problem. Where'd our hello go? Right? So this is a problem with W. It will overwrite the entire file. So basically it just opens it and goes ahead and writes wherever it starts. And we're going to learn how to look at that, see it, check it, and work around it. So that's just one mode, or two. We just looked at two, R and W. But let's get over here. No. There. All right, so let's get with help dot open. So how in the world can we solve this? Because there's got to be a way around this. And there is. Don't. So, all right. Every time W is utilized, it goes to the top and just starts. Now, A, and we know about appending with our use of list. So A opens it up and goes to the end of the file and then begins writing. So that's what we're going to be utilizing for our shopping list. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So my def my list. We're just going to open it and we're going to go from there. And we already know that we need to use before we get into this. So let's look. Pass. This is really cool. So all right, we have this open and close, and you have to remember and don't forget, and it's super important, right? Well, guess what? Python has taken care of this for us with a context manager. And it is literally this easy and this simple. So with open, so use open. What is your file? test1.txt. Then we are writing to it. Actually, let's just read it right now. Oh, and I forgot. As f, then f print f dot read. So this context manager handles all of this for you. So you're aliasing this. So here's your file object. You're going to turn it into this. So this is basically the same as this line right here. And then also whenever you get done with this, go ahead and close it out for us. So boom, there we are right there. So this is one of the things that is very handy, and you need to get comfortable with this, and we're going to build upon it and we'll go from there. But to just understand what it does for now so you can build upon it and because this is also a wonderful tool and best practice for working with databases. So all right, don't need that anymore. So let's get this in here. So let's get this file up and running. So right now, let's just figure out how to write to it. So with, and we're going to call this our shopping list. So with, and we also learned that we're going to be using a. We're going to append to it, because every time we open this, we're going to want to add to it. Not just add to it, but later we're going to want to be able to delete things. But right now, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that soon enough. So open, then shopping list.txt, and I said we were going to use a for append as f. Actually, let's just do file, because apparently I have that, and I don't want to make a ton of mistakes and drive you guys nuts with the fixing of the typing. But I hope everybody has had a good week, and if we have anybody joining us right now, what we are doing is we are going through and we are using the skills that we have so far to date to build us a shopping list. And we're sprinkling in some context manager right here with our with. Then we are going to be learning how to delete and learn how to work with our file object. And then we need to air handle. Then we need to learn about two interesting methods associated with a file object. So, all right. First, we need to have something that tells something to the end user. Enter item. No, we don't want this right now. We're going to do item equals input, because we're taking input from the user. Enter item. We're going to handle that issue next. So right now, all right. So right now we're going to take this item, and then we're going to add this to our list, right? So file .write, and then we're going to input item. Wow. All right. Okay, so let's see where we are. Have I lost anybody? Everybody good? Okay. Oh, I just saw you can't be at the office? Okay. All right. And I only have one kid on a Zoom meeting today, so hopefully the quality is a little bit better. All right. So we have a built-in flaw right now, and we're gonna solve this. But I want you to understand the the append, and then we'll go from there. So we got my list. All right. Enter item. Bread. Oh. All right, let's run this again. Milk. Well, this is a little tedious. So let's just one check and see. Here, hang on a second. I just realized. All right. Let's do W first, because I just realized I had partial of another item. So let's get this spread. All right. So now we need to change this to A, because we'll see. All right. So milk, and then eggs. I need to run this one more time, and we're going to see the problem that we're solving. We need to solve two problems, eggs, because I will tell you right now, the user will not, what are we doing right here? The user will not tolerate having to call the function over and over and over and over again. So what tools and skills do we have at our disposal right now? First, how about we solve this problem right here? So, like I said, the append mode, it will just go to the append of the file, the end of the file, and we'll look and see how to handle this in a minute. And it will just continue on from there. So what skills do we have in our back pocket to get this to go down a line? Okay, solves problem one. Okay. So let's get this going. So let's check and make sure we got bread. Then let's run this again. And then we got milk. All right, let's get this up. Okay. Bingo. Great question. So, and this is what I love. All right. So in Python, this is a new line. Let's look at print. Right here. This is the new line. This is how Python handles new line. It is line. And I will explain. You know, I looked at escape characters a little bit ago and I was like, no, you know what? I don't know if we'll get into that. So now if I print new line, so Python already defaults on print at the end to go to a new line. So I just told Python to assign new line to this. So I'm printing new line and Python is already putting a new line. Now, while we're here, let's just look at this. This is tab. So Python tabs over. Python tab, so you have your new line and your tab. And the reason why this, because this is an escape character. So this is how, if you're doing something and Python needs to understand, because it had to differentiate between in, so it got assigned, and how to handle and read this. And maybe we'll do a whole lesson on escape characters. That might be something cool if if my voice hangs in there. So, problem one solved. Oops. Apparently I have a couple of these open. All right. Problem one solved. But now we need to keep this open, repeating and checking for while true. Oops. Can't ever remember if it's open or closed bracket. Okay. It's the closed bracket. So what I did is to put this in a loop, I moved everything over. So now my list will, helps if you close it out, my list will stay open. So we got, what do we have on our list? What do we have on our list? Bread, milk. Let's add eggs. eggs, butter. Oh, shoot. We don't have a way to get out, do we? So, solved one problem, caused another. I love it. So now let's get out. Restart shell. Now let's see what that did to our list. Oh, still there, because it still wrote and it was just sitting. So now we have to have a way to exit. So let's deal with this. All right, so that always writes. So let's come up here. So if, we'll just keep this really, really easy. If item equals, I doubt we'll need all caps exit. Then, all right, let me click back over here. I haven't seen chat in a while. How do we get out of a loop? Anybody seen that yet? I can't remember if we've talked about it, so guys will have to forgive me. Have we talked anything? Bingo, break. And you have continue as well. So if you're coming from another language, if I were to want to go back up to a certain spot, especially like a while loop, and not continue down, I would just continue back through my loop. I would use continue. But here, whoops, I want to break out of this and jump out and move on. All right. Let me check my notes. Here we go. Here we go. So now I have my if. Now I need my else. And boom. If else. So all right. So now let's check this. So we got bread. Now we need jelly. And what else? Now we need some lettuce. Okay, now I'm gonna exit. All right. Okay, we've made some pretty good progress. We good so far? Everybody good? How are we going to read this? So right now I have this as append. I know that I could put a read. You could do that. You could, and actually, however you'd like, if you'd like no space entered, you could completely do however you'd like it to exit. You can exit. If you don't want anything in the string, if you want an empty string, that works too. So we need to learn how to solve, how to be able to read and write at the same time. And this is like the coolest thing. Well, I think it's the coolest thing ever. Let's get in help. Let's get caps lock off first. Help, open. Yes, I know it's 122 lines. This is literally the neatest thing. Plus. So basically it's this and the other. So all I have to do is come up here and add a plus sign. And now this is readable and writable, but we got a problem. What you'll notice is that every problem we solve creates a new one and we have to deal with it. So now I can read and write it. I can read and write to it, but where does this start? So if I want to read, now I need to figure out a way to read the file. So I'm going to throw in an elif here. But let's get out of here. No, I want to show you the problem first. Elif, let's do list. So if I want to, if they type in list. Well, we need to be consistent. Sorry, guys. I just realized that I'm not being consistent with my quotation marks. List. So then file dot print file dot read. Is that gonna be right? Because yeah, we're gonna have a, so we're gonna do this. So let's, and I need to close that out. All right, is this making sense? Did I lose anybody? Exit. Thank you. All right. Item. Caps lock off. Item. So let's see how I do here. All right. So right now, I got nothing. But I know, let's close this. I can't remember. But I know there's something there, right? Okay, I have everything there. And let's see if this is still working. Let's add grapes. My kids have been eating a lot of grapes. All right, so then exit. All right, so we got a little bit of a dilemma here, but it's actually quite simple and elegant. So there's two things we need to learn about. Is it file? Is it showing? Is it still file? Awesome. Okay. So f equals open dot shopping list dot txt. All right. Dir on f. Seek and tell. So f dot seek help, f dot seek. Okay, cookie change stream position. Aha, okay. 0 start a stream, 1 current stream position offset by a negative, and 2 end of stream offset by unusual negative. All right. And what does tell do? Help.f.tell returns the current position. All right, so let's look at something. elif. So actually, let's look at something right here. Print file.tell, right? Because it's going to tell us where it is. And then let's put it right here as well. Print.file.tell. This will all make sense in a second. Peanut butter. 66. Potatoes. Okay, wait a second. As I'm moving through my file, my current position in the stream of data going into my file, is moving down the file. So when I want to read this, I'm at the end of the file. There's nothing to read, right? So let's exit this. So let's make sure we have this closed. So now let's bring this open. So f equals open dot shopping list dot txt. Already defaults to read, right? Okay, read. So then f dot tell 0, the beginning of the file. So then if I do file dot read, I have all of this. So if I do print file dot read, I do this on purpose. So this already read through this once. So it can't read through it again because it's sitting down at the bottom. So now where's my tell? 75. There's nothing more to read. But if I come up here and go file.seek, what does seek do? Change my position. 0, start of stream. So if I reset this to 0, okay, then I go, now let's look at this for just a second. This is the actual string with all of my new line characters. I printed it. Print understands new line, formats it very nicely. So when we want to read this file, we need to change the seek. We need to change the tell, and we use seek to change tell. Make sense? Everybody got that? So if I do list, I need to go and do, so we're going to change this. Actually, let's comment it out so you can go back and look at it. So file dot seek, back to the beginning. Save, run. All right, then list. Boom, there I am. Now I also don't need this either. So let's go exit. Let's run this. List. Cool. So I got bread, milk, eggs, butter, jelly, lettuce, grapes, peanut butter, potatoes, and let's add chicken. One more. And then let's exit. So cool. Now we're going to verify that everything is functioning and working very cool. Now, okay. So we've done a lot of stuff here. How's everybody doing with this? Does this seem to make sense? Everybody like it? All right. Ew, I think I need to refresh this because it's showing and I'm not seeing any chat. All right. So okay, that's everything. All right. Let's get that off here. Now we've got to figure out a way to delete an item. And this is where it gets fun. All right. So we've got to figure out a way to remove any opportunities for people to misspell. So numbers are a perfect way to do this. So we're going to, I didn't even check my mic. Am I coming through loud and clear? I usually do that. I was a little frazzled today. Of course, right before the stream, one of my smoke alarms was going off. And of course, my daughter was laughing because I pulled it out from the ceiling. First, I tried the battery. Then I did then it kept chirping. Then I unplugged it from the ceiling, and it kept chirping. It was a reference to one of her favorite television shows, and she was dying laughing while I was running around trying to get ready, and she was supposed to be on her Zoom anyway too. So, all right, I digress. But if you're just joining us, we are working and building a shopping list, working with a file, context manager, how to have a file opened, readable, and editable. I don't even know, is that a word? Editable? Able to edit, able to read and edit at the exact same time. And we are utilizing the A+ mode. Append with plus. So being able to do both, because A opens a file if it already exists and goes to the end of it. And then now we just learned how to change the location of basically our cursor in the position of the stream of data, to then read the file. So now the reason why this works nice and neat is it goes, once you read it, it goes to the end of the file and you can continue editing. So let's just jump back to where we are. So now we have another dilemma. So what we need to do is, while in the midst of, let me pull this over because we're going to have lots of stuff right here. So I'm going to save you guys a little bit of pain and I'll just show you. I'll give you a little bit, but not a lot. So we need to know how to get rid of one. So we need to wrap this up. And what skills we have so far is we know how to link to display a number and a list. So right now, why don't we take our file, throw it into a list, wrap it up, and then enumerate with it. So items equals list, enumerate, file.read. Now check this out. This is what's so cool. All right, so then we want to split it. Oops, not that. Split. And how does split work? Anybody remember? Everybody remember how split works? So that was, the one is for enumerate, because people are not going to tolerate you. We know zero indexing. The end user does not care. They want to know item 1. They're not going to go item 0. Why is it on item 0? So we're going to enumerate. We're going to start at item 1. All right. Let's see. All right. So then now, oops, I did not wrap list up. So the reason why we're wrapping this in list is because you just create an enumerator object, and then when we want to put these into a list to build our tuples. All right, we did touch on enumerate, I believe, one time before. Oh, I think I saw a comment coming through. Splits a string using the identifier. Identifier, you mean delimiter? Because right now split is going to split on the white space. Any new line, any tab, any space. So it's going to automatically go and read each item and split that out. Cool. I misspeak all the time. I will always just, yes. No, you're absolutely correct. It will split on the delimiter. Delimiter is a weird word. I get it. I don't blame anybody for not choosing the right word if the whole thought process is correct. It's the same thing. You know what you meant. No, you're absolutely fine. I knew what you meant. It's just how to identify where to split it. I knew exactly what you meant. I just wanted to make sure. That we were talking about the same thing. No, that was great. So now we got to get this out, printed, then take more input from the user to get it out of the list, and then be able to ensure where the placement is, because this gets fun pretty quickly. So now we need to look and get this printed much more neatly. So count. So we're going to we're going to iterate through our items, which is now a list of tuples. So count item and items, then print f, then bracket count. And we're going to give this 3 spaces. Oh, that's what I was doing to really make this clear. And then item. So what I'm doing here is, so now let's get this going. List. And this needs to be indented. There we go. All right. Let me see why this isn't working. So we're splitting our line and we're going through file.read.split.1 for count and items that should have enumerated this. All right. And let me check this right here. What is the difference between these two? Let me uncomment this and figure out. Oh. Aha. So this needs to be, because I'm already reading the file. There we go. Okay. So now, now we got a problem. Check this out. There's a new problem, right? I forgot about this one. So what just happened? Should be count. Oh, no, I only have one parenthesis here. I only have, so here, look, I just have this output to kind of get the attention of, it's something that I did a long time ago. I used to do a dot, and then somebody showed me a nice little parenthesis to just have this sit here at the end to just kind of clean it up and have your eyes jump to it. So I have this space 3 and going through. Now I could do a parenthesis over here, but it just looks too busy. I just like this nice clean structure of that one little parenthesis to go, hey, here's your place in your list, here's your number on the list, so we can have a point of reference. Now, here's this dilemma. I just called list, and it put list in the list, but I don't want that. So we need to figure out how to solve this. We'll deal with that in a minute because I think that's further down. But we have got, so we have that going, and we have this printing. So now we've got to figure out how to remove equals int input, then enter number to delete. Now, for the sake of saving a little bit of time, now, just like we learned that when we got into entering our list, we got into that and it was just going over and over and over and over again. So we need to figure and plan for a way to get out of our deletion, right? So enter number to delete or 0 to continue. And I'm already mixing and matching. All right, so, and I don't think I have enough parentheses. There we go. All right. So that's we're taking the input. If remove equals 0, break. Jump out. Jump out and continue on. Oops. That's for next step. Sorry. I didn't do that. Continue. Sorry, I ruined our addition because I realized only about a year after this I had a bug that I didn't even know. So continue, because you always have to be prepared for the user, just to have areas of possibilities of mistakes. So then else, that is where it gets fun. All right. So we're going to delete items. We're going to remove -1. Then, now, here's where it gets fun. Okay. Are you ready? We're going to do another context manager, because this is how we're going to handle where to go. Item dot as file, and for item in items, because that variable is still currently working. File dot write, then item 1. Then we need to add. So what we're doing is we're going and deleting the item, but then we need to, because each item has a return put at the end of it, right? So then now we need to add the return back. All right. So let's see if I have everything here, because now we're going to have a new error. We solved a problem. We solved another one of them, but we have not error-proofed this to have. Let's just jump into it. So list, and I need to click over list. All right. All right. Any questions right now? All right. Now, we need to solve. So let's get 0 to continue, list, then I want to delete 1, then list. So it didn't quite go through. So let's look and see where I am and what the issue is. All right, so now I need to bring in, we need one more little tidbit right here, because right now we got enter item and they don't know about list. They don't really know what to do. So we need to handle something right here. So please, print, and we're going to do this type anytime exit to quit, and list to read and delete. And then 1, 2, 3, close this out. All right. So here we are. At any time, press exit to quit or list. All right. Let's see where I am. Seek 0. All right. All right. Because now oops. So let's see where I am. List. Apparently I cannot remember the bug to get this off the list right now. So I'll need to work on that. But if I were to hit 0 here, hit ooh, I think I got a comment. Shopping list is missing a G. Shopping list is missing a G. Ooh, what line? All right. Okay, let's go and solve this because my voice is very, very uncomfortable. Sorry. You fixed it. Okay. All right, cool. Now, so we need to have an issue of right here, how to delete and solve this dilemma. Because right now, I thought I tested this multi-times, so I need to, when we get done, we will wrap up our, fix up this issue right here. And I remember having it vaguely, and all the tests I did this morning. But all right, we need to have a try and accept right here. And it needs to go, all right, so it needs to go right here. So this is where, so while true, try. So what I'm doing, now I want you to think about this. Control bracket. So the reason why I had to indent twice is because I gave 2 headers. Now, this actually needs to be down here. So we'll copy. And the reason why it goes down here, because the reason, so let's look at this. Let's bring this here so we can see it. So the reason why this is failing is this fails once you hit enter. And you want to have your try block wherever the possible failures are. And the reason why you want to be in here, you want this to be going over and over and over again, and then if that is a 0, they jump out of here and come back up to here. Does that make sense? Because you want this loop to come through and give them the error and then send them back up here and have the opportunity. Hey, did you mean to hit 0? Do you still want to delete, or do you want to go on and continue on the list? All right. So let's do this. Okay, so now I get boom, 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 boom. There we go. And I'm in alignment with my try. And I have a value error. So I'm going to do accept value error. So the value V and the E are capitalized. So then print, what did I say? Because I think I came up with something very handy. If you don't want to delete. Please enter 0. Now, I want you to think about this. I'm doing a horrible job with my quotation marks today. Oh, that was why that one is because I have, you know what? Let's look at an escape character. So while we're talking about escape characters, so if I hit list and then I'm up here, enter a number to delete. So then now this needs to be changed to break. Because I'm inside this loop, I need to come back up to this loop. So then boom, I'm back up to be able to then add and edit. And I will, so we're just a little over an hour by like a minute, so an hour. So yeah, guys, I really thought my voice would be rested, and I will use some tea and honey. But actually, before we go, I realized that we had a dilemma last time, and it eluded me to why. So there's my list, and I know it's on the tip of my tongue, on the tip of my fingers. So all right. This is how you handle, so I was talking about no spaces between files. This is how you handle spaces between files. You'd put it in quotation marks. So it's freeCodeCamp.py. So then it runs, oops. Am I not right inside this? I just did this the other day. Freecode Python. Camp.py. Well, I'm just not doing a very good job today. I just did this earlier today. So I guess I have two things to clean up for next week. So all right, exit. And that's also why you don't do lowercase exit. So that's another keyword that Python has. But yes, this is a great exercise, and like I said, oops, and then continue on, and then exit. So just a very little handy experiment where you can learn about all these file objects and modes and workflow, because this is a phenomenal one where you then have this problem and you have to go through, and the reason why this works is because I'm escaping out from this. I'm saying, hey, when I get rid of this, it's stopping the string right here. But now I'm escaping out of it and saying, no, I literally want this quotation mark right here. I want that to stay because I have these two. So I think that's what I was thinking today. So all right, guys. As always, I really enjoy these streams. I really enjoy the interaction. I have a good time. Thanks for spending your time with me. You guys could go anywhere. I want to thank Bo and Quincy for this wonderful opportunity to get to share my knowledge and experience, because I really truly love Python very much. I've been studying it for 7 years now. I guess I just passed 7 years, and I just truly enjoy sharing this and the things that I've had to fight through and learn. And even as you can see right here, got a bug that I could have sworn had it solved, and then another one. So I'll make notes. And we need to we're going to work on pointers and is and ID and all of those things next week. So like you hear on my other channel, always, guys, please leave any comments, questions, video requests. I've gotten into a pretty good habit of not closing this out. All this is going to be on GitHub. You can go and check that out and delete it, and we will Well, I really hope you guys get something out of this, because I truly love teaching and I'm constantly learning the stuff that I'm working the stuff that I'm working on. I'm always finding a newer and better way to do it, because about a year ago, like I said, had a young man I was showing, and he said, well, how do we handle this if they don't enter anything? I said, that's a great question. So we had to change the whole workflow. But you have the tools to do it. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next week. All right, bye.